Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. Uh, I'm still obviously just waking up. But good morning, welcome. And we are doing this is like our first week of actually committing to two videos, two live streams a day. So I'm excited. It's been interesting. But yeah, in this video, we're going to talk about a formula that I call Euphoria, but you can call it whatever you want. It really is meant to inspire euphoric vibration, happiness, joy, upliftment. It's just like a feel good blend. It helps put you in a space that just, helps with the good feelings. So I will get into that in just a second. Again, I am going to say some stuff right now that is important in addressing the stuff that's been going on my page since yesterday. There's been a lot of like hateful, racist remarks, and it's really funny to me when people feel like I don't know you, like I don't know you. I know the people who show up. Hello, Beatrice and Beyonce, Philip. I know the people who show up and engage with me on my page. I try to remember your names as best I can. I know I try, but I know the people who show up here and engage. Well, hello, Pamela, welcome. And comment on my stuff. It is so funny that when you post something, all of the people come out of the woodwork. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know who you are. You don't engage with me. You don't know me. I don't know you because you don't interact, right? And so a lot of that happens every time I post something that speaks up, right? I that speaks up, and that's fine. It's my right to do so, and I feel like it's my responsibility to do so. I might not have all the tools to speak up and speak out, but I do what I can, and I make sure to express that, right? And so I got a lot of interesting messages. Some of them I deleted off my page, and some of them were personal messages, basically shaming me for speaking up and saying ignorant things, for basically saying that who am I to say that all Trump supporters this or that. And it's very interesting because I didn't say that. I didn't say that all Trump supporters were this or that. I was speaking on something very specific, and I said in my experience, this and that. And people want to get all offended. And I'm like, well, if you are offended and you want to speak up about something, why don't you speak up on racism? Why don't you speak out on misogyny, on homophobia, on transphobia, on all of these things that are actually very important? You know what I mean? And morning, y'all. Welcome. I'm going to ramble for a minute before we get into our formula. So thank you for sharing this time and space with me. It's really important to me. It's really important to me because I have friends, it's about me. And the thing is someone's like, who are you? You have no information to back your claims up. And I'm like, I have lived experience. When again, specifics, when Trump was put in office, racist pieces of shit were made to feel okay with hurting people like me, people like that I love. And it yeah, yeah. And when you're harassed by a really racist white supremacist person, and you're followed around, and you're followed in a car, you're almost hit by a car. That's that's a specific experience, and that is a light experience compared to some of the experiences that other people that I know and don't know have had. And so Yeah, I can say what I say because this is my experience. This is my damn page. And people who are telling me, well, this is bad for your business. Well, I don't even know you. Like, you don't engage with me. You don't even comment on my page. So stop worrying about my business. I know what my business is. My business is to speak up for who I am, and what matters to me, and what matters to the people that I care about. Um, so don't come at me with it's bad for business when you're not supporting my business. You're not. And even if you were, no offense to anyone, but even if you were, I still wouldn't care if you are not speaking up, or if you're speaking, if you're a part of the problem, if you're not a part of the solution. And it's really interesting to me, that people want to comment on things, but then they're like, they're ghosts with everything else, you know. um and so, yeah, that's kind of just what I wanted to say. There's so much that I can say, but it's funny where all these people are coming out, and it's so mind-boggling to see how many racists and all of the things are a part of this community. It's very fascinating to witness. It's sad to me. It's sad, but it's the truth, and people want to. Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird to me. And it's also weird that I that I'm supposed to have respect. Like, I'm supposed to allow people to make their racist remarks or the hateful, ignorant remarks. Like, I'm supposed to allow for that. But when I speak up, when I stand out, when I say something like this is not okay, I can't do that. That's interesting. Like, that is interesting. You're more than welcome to be a racist asshole. That's your life, that's your choice, but I don't have to put up with that, and I can say that you're a racist asshole if that's what you are, you know? So it's really fascinating what people think. It's really interesting what people think and what they make excuses for. So it's all good, y'all. And the thing is, I was thinking, like, it was really weighing on me last night, all of the comments I had to delete and the people that I had to ban on my page. And the personal stuff, like, it was really weighing on me. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to deal with this. Like, this is stupid. And at the same time, I'm like, well, if not me, then who? And I'm not saying I'm like this amazing person that, if not me, then who? But it's like, it takes all of us. It takes all of us to, stand up. And you know what? This is my business. This is my page. This is my experience. And if I lose business, then please, I lose it. And I'm grateful that I do, because I'm aligning myself with something that I feel is right, something that I feel is wonderful. And so I can do this. Like, I can listen to the damn comments and the ignorant stuff, and I can listen to the hateful stuff, and I can listen to the name calling. And I can take that, because you know what? People take so much more. I've experienced so much more, and there's people who experience so, like, worse than what I do, right? And so I can do that. I feel like it's my responsibility to do that. I think it's important. um it's just interesting to me. Yeah. And I don't have to tolerate it. And the funny thing is like, people seem to be want to feel attacked by something, and it's like, I wasn't saying anything negative to you. I was just saying the matter, right? The truth here, the experience. um it's unfortunate people choose to be this way. uh but it's there. It's there. So I think that I'm trying to think of any. There was something else that I wanted to say, but when you're in it, you're just like boom, 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 and then you forget. So it's, yeah. Uh, right. I don't understand how people can be love nature and be kind to our world and the animals, but hate on people. We are animals living on this planet. Yeah. I know, banish. We have been talking about banishing for sure. Yeah. And it's so funny that people are trying to say, literally were pansies for crying about Trump. And it's like, no, no, because this individual made it okay for people to be hateful, to for people to feel like they can project, right? And they can cause harm. It's true. We can't deny that. We can't. So let's get into this blend. And I think after I will also pull some wisdom cards just to focus on something that feels a little better. So, with that being said, my little ramble for the moment, let's get into this formula. So, the formula appropriately, the formula really simple, really simple. Okay, so all you need in this formula is frankincense. I love my frankincense. Another one that I love that we've talked about recently, clary sage. So frankincense, clary sage, tangerine, yummy, delicious. Frankincense, clary sage, tangerine, and melissa. Lemon balm, right? And so all of those things, Frank, clary sage, tangerine, melissa, and a sprig of rosemary if you have it. A little sprig of rosemary. I love fresh rosemary. But if you don't, you can do like a drop maybe of rosemary essential oil, or if you have some like dried rosemary, you can do that as well. So let's go over it. Frankincense, clary sage, tangerine, melissa, and a sprig of rosemary. And all of these ingredients work really well together to help like boost like this really relaxed, soothing, yet stimulating at the same time experience. It also has some really good, like again, laid back, chill vibe, but it's not going to like put you to sleep. It helps you to feel, joy and happiness and kind of like euphoric, right? So it's a really great uplifting blend. And again, the first is Frank and the last is Melissa in essential oils. And so Frank will be your dominant essential oil. And then you have the next, dominant essential oil, frankincense. Then we have clary sage, tangerine, Melissa. Melissa, you don't need that much. And a sprig of rosemary. Okay. You could, if you wanted to. Okay, so there's various ways that you can do this. You can mix your blend as you see fit, as you intuitively see fit. You can diffuse this blend. I love my diffuser. I love working with blends to diffuse, especially if I'm like cleansing. If I am like cleaning the house, I'm all over the place. I will make my blend, and as I put my the drops in the diffuser, I will focus on things that make me happy. I will focus on things that I enjoy. And one part here is like what I enjoy here is in my business. I love my business. I love talking to you. I love sharing time and space with you. I love that. It makes me happy that I can wake up every single day and I know that I have a great experience. I will get into that, Lily, in just a second. So you can dilute this if you wanted to, but let's go to the diffusing blend. So you can diffuse this, and when you're adding the drops to your diffuser, you're focusing on all of the good stuff. Obviously, if you're going to diffuse this, I probably would just add like a little drop of rosemary essential oil. Don't put the sprig of rosemary on your in your diffuser, or you can just get the sprig of rosemary and kind of like crush it in your hands and just kind of like inhale it. And then do the other stuff. So you could do that, but just, focus on feeling good, focus on thought patterns and affirmations that just make you feel really good. Turn on the music that just gets you inspired, right? You can make a playlist called Euphoria. So anytime you work with this blend, turn on that damn playlist and just feel really good. And so sometimes I'll diffuse this as I'm cleaning, and I will just go through, like, wash my dishes, and that scent like carries through. That I program environment to inspire and uplift and just create this atmosphere that just feels really good. And I'm doing my thing. And cleaning helps me to feel good as well because I'm getting rid of junk. I'm getting rid of dust. I'm getting rid of stuff that just is, needs to be gone. So, so there's that. You can diffuse it, right? So you can diffuse it, or if you can make it as a magical oil in the sense of your normal. All I have is this. This is not, but your oils. Then you would cut it with carrier oil. So if you're going to use it to dress a candle, if you're going to use it to dress like a curio, a spell bag or conjure bag or mojo bag, depending on your practice, if you're going to use it to dress one of those or a poppet, mix your blend and dilute it 50-50 with a carrier oil. Okay. And you can choose a carrier oil that you enjoy, whatever you feel is really good for you. I like cherry kernel oil for this just because I enjoy that. And I like the association. My association of cherry with Venus and love and beauty and art and stuff like that. And so that helps me to feel really good. So you can do that, charge it that way, and mix it with that carrier oil, whatever carrier oil you want. So if you don't have cherry kernel and you have sweet almond, use that. Use what works with you, but cut it 50-50. 50, half of your oil blend, half of your carrier oil. Dilute it properly. Okay, so you can do that. And let's see. I know I'm trying to get all this information out. Lemon balm, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, this is. Do I do what with other blends too? And okay, so what do you recommend them using a grounding oil as well for morning? And what do you mean? I mean, I know what you mean by grounding oil, but what about the carrier oil? I'm sorry, y'all. I need if you're gonna respond to I can't because sometimes you on I can't see like the main comment and then the little comments. It all comes as an individual comment. So I'm not sure if I'm missing something, but yeah, just be a little more specific. But yeah, with the upliftment oil, no, I wouldn't, if I'm using this in the morning, I personally wouldn't, use this with a grounding oil. I would just use the oil itself. I don't really need a grounding oil with this oil. It's more to help set the mood, help set the intention, help uplift and inspire. Yeah, if you're not diffusing it, yeah, yeah. I share the blends that I share. I just give you the direct formula, the oils that I use, and yeah, you can cut it with carrier oil. I do that if I'm using. I always, like I've expressed before, like anytime I'm making blends to like dress things with, or anything that I'm gonna maybe possibly if it's safe to use on body, then I will always dilute it. But if these are oils that I'm just diffusing, then I won't dilute it. Does that make sense? So always dilute if you're going to be applying this to other things, if you're going to dress it, just because the dilution helps a lot. If you're going to dress a candle, if you're going to dress a bag, if you're going to use it elsewhere. But if you're diffusing it, then I don't dilute. So yeah. But yeah, so frankincense, clary sage, tangerine, and melissa. Now, magically, if you want to, like, let's say we want to be inspired, we want to focus on bringing that sort of energy in our lives, then we can, where I would work with like a yellow and an orange candle, and I would put on those candles like just different symbols that represent what I'm excited about, what I want to sort of like open the pathway for, like what do I want to bring that is uplifting, what do I want to associate with that is going to be excitable, all of that. I would put that, those symbols or something that represents that on the candle if possible. Or if you're working with a novena candle, you can write it down on the candle. Or again, you can do a petition paper. You can write your stuff on your paper and call it good. And just write all the stuff, all of the things. Make it a ritual. So yellow and orange candle, just because those are like, excitable, opening the pathway, stimulating, craving this new adventure of euphoria, this new adventure of happiness. But you can use any candle color that represents like excitable energy to you, any candle color that represents, that you make sense. Like it means happiness and joy and all of that. And so you can do that. Right? Anything that you connect with that makes you feel that way, and do those candles. And then dress the candle with the oil after you've etched into the candles or written on the candles your excitable stuff, okay? And then light that shit up. Light it up. And then with a sprig of rosemary, you can place it. If you're making, like you're cutting, you're diluting, you can put that in your oil bottle. You can also put surround your candles with like a sprig of like little bits of rosemary. You can do that. And so there's so many different ways to use this. But yeah, I would do yellow and orange. And you can petition your spirits, your guides, your gods, your allies, your ancestors, all the good shit. You can, whoever you communicate with, however you raise your energy, whatever it is that you do personally, that's your practice. So I'm not going to tell you what to do for your practice, but this is something you can do. Raise that energy however you see fit, and communicate that you are here to invite euphoria, to invite happiness, to invite joy into your life, and to surround yourself with things that feel good and help you with your life, right? So you can do that. Boom, light that candle up, like those candles up, and make it happen. So that's one way of doing that. If this is also another thing that you can do, is to like create a spell bag. And then you can create a spell bag for someone. So if you're creating a spell bag for another person, I always take into consideration the person's favorite color. You could use yellow, you could use orange, you could use pink. You can use something that feels good for sure. But if you can find that person's favorite color, then use their favorite color, okay? And then on the bag, right, on the material, whatever you're working with, you can use whatever you want. So draw a symbol or a few symbol, or have a sigil that represents like happiness and joy and feeling good, and really to just pull out of like a funk, to help feel inspired as we're going through challenging things. You can put that on the material, and then you can fill your spell bag with you can put like frankincense tears in there, maybe some lemon balm, whatever. You can do all the dry parts that you have and put that in there, and then do a few drops of each essential oil. If you don't have that, you can also fill the spell bag with maybe some rice. I like using rice, and then mix it with your essential oils. So there you go. There's that as well. And you can put a little, I have a receipt here. Let me see. No. If you have like a little paper, you can write on the paper, the person's name. And if it's you, put your name, and then across the name, just write all of the happy thoughts that you have. We're I don't know if you ever seen that the movie Hook. That's an old ass movie, y'all, with Robin Williams. But your happy thoughts, to make you fly. But write all your happy thoughts. Write the positive intentions and affirmations and the love. Write all of that stuff down. Boom, 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 boom. That's covering it, and you can roll that that paper up and put it in your spell bag if you want. And then, you can hold that spell bag to your heart. And again, you can communicate with whoever, whatever you communicate with, raise that energy and focus that energy on that spell bag, and place it to your heart and pour, your love into it, pour your energy into it, and, and, infuse it with that sort of euphoric energy, that uplifting energy, and raise that energy and put that into the work. And when you're ready, you can bless them with it. Absolutely, Pamela. Yeah, exactly. I think that it's important that everyone does their own research. Where, I can't be expected to give you all the information, but it's really important. It is important for you to know that essential oils can be toxic to your animals, and different, like dogs, cats, they might not like different essential oils, but you can research that. So always make sure, always make sure, whether you get information from me or from anyone else, always research that for sure. So there's that. And then your oil, if you want to charge it, or any of the, like the spell bag, if you make a spell bag, if you want to charge it, you can place it on your altar before you bless it, or before you use your oil, you can place it on your altar, and charge it. So you can grid it the way you see fit. Sometimes what I'll do is I will grid my oil with clear quartz, citrine, sometimes ametrine for this oil, a little bit of selenite. Okay. You could work with black obsidian if you wanted to, just a little bit, and stuff like that. So again, you don't have to use all of it, but some of the things that I would consider charging this with would be a blend of maybe black obsidian and selenite, citrine, ametrine. For sure, clear quartz is great. So if you don't have any of that, clear quartz is wonderful. Sometimes I'll add like a few, like a little bit of dragon's blood, not inside the oil, but on the outside, to infuse, to add power, to enhance. So sometimes I'll do that. And then sometimes I'll even make it even more personal. If I'm making this for someone, or if I'm casting for someone, I will take into consideration the things that make them happy, the things that really, like, they find inspiring, that they love. And I can get different, like, curios, or I can just get different symbols and write them down and place them around the oil, or around the spell bag, or around whatever it is that I'm doing. I can place them around and use that to grid and charge the blend. Makes sense? So you're making it a little more personal. You're taking into consideration what your target loves and what they enjoy, and you're using it to help them. You're using it to empower and personalize the magic. What? That's awesome, Celeste. Yeah. One thing about a list, again, y'all, you have to remember when you're researching, that just because there's one list, it doesn't mean that it covers everything. So that's why look up each thing individually and see what's good. But it is nice to have a list. It is nice to know things. That's what I use my books for. But any questions? I'm trying to think of anything else I want to share. Any questions, any thoughts, any ideas? Feel free to comment and let me know. Any questions about the blend that we were just sharing? And you can use this oil like to draw sigils. So you can take the oil here. You can take your oil. Again, it's diluted. So take that oil, and then you can draw sigils on a wall. You can draw sigils on something. Make sure that it's okay to put the oil on that shit, right? To activate, like, oh, here, I'm opening the pathway for upliftment and happiness. So sometimes, like, if it's been a challenging day, you can take that oil, and before you enter your house, put something, a symbol that makes you feel really good, a symbol of power on your door. Boom. And then walk through. You can knock 3 times. open the pathway, activate the energy, and then walk through and program that energy to help you like step into and transmute and transform that the rough energy into letting you to be able to relax, right? So there's that. You could even, if you have like a welcome mat wherever you are, your apartment, your house, um, if you do that, you can dress like, sorry, my mind is everywhere. There's so many ideas I want to share with you. If you have a welcome mat, what you can do is you can kind of dress the welcome mat with the oil, right? I like to do the corners and then the center, and then I like channel that energy and I focus that welcome mat to help, just bring really good feelings. So anyone who steps on it, they activate that power, they activate that energy, but it also helps to feel good. It helps to just, put someone at ease. It's really good to, hopefully not now because we're in the plague, y'all, so stay home. But if people are walking through, great, really good for offices. People are walking through, then this helps sort of like neutralize the harshness. It helps to bring ease and grace into the experience. Let's see. After you make your blends, how long of a shelf life will they have? It really depends. It depends on carrier oil, because sometimes certain carrier oils don't last as long, right? So it depends on carrier oil. It depends on location, as in like the humidity, as in the temperature where it's being stored, all of that. So it just depends, for sure. Okay. So I think we covered a few things. I just wanted to give a few ideas on how to apply this. If you have any last minute questions on the blend, feel free to comment and let me know. So yeah. We talked about this Euphoria, a blend for upliftment, joy, and happiness. This is a really good one to also use while you are stating your affirmations. If you have affirmations that you like, do that. This is a really great blend to have when you're cleansing or smoke cleansing, smudging, whatever it is that your practice says, that cleansing aspect and purifying. This is a really good blend for all of those things. So, and the candle magic that we addressed, the spell bag idea, the welcome mat idea, and the sigils, like just using it to draw on different symbols elsewhere. All of those ideas are really good to work with. So hopefully you can take that and be inspired by it and utilize it to work with in your own craft. And if you do make the blend, let me know how you like it. I'm always excited to hear when people work with it and make it theirs. So definitely do that. And again, y'all, if you have any questions and if you're watching a recording, feel free to comment. I will still get back to you as best as I can. And I will be back later this evening or afternoon with another video. So again, thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone sharing their time with me, your time and space. I love doing this. So thank you for communicating with me. I appreciate you. And just to remind everyone, tomorrow is January 9th here. So January 9th is the last day you can pre-order the Deviant Grimoire. After the 9th, the Deviant Grimoire will no longer be available. I am not publishing it again. This is the last run for those who missed out in the original publishing. So if you want to support my work, that's one way to do it. There's many different ways. I appreciate everything. So engaging with me here, talking with me here, sharing my stuff, liking my stuff, commenting, that all helps. Tipping via PayPal, that helps too. Blessing via Amazon wishlist, that helps as well. That helps me to share with you. So like, oh shit, you guys, I'm not leaving yet. I forgot. I was just about to say, tipping via Amazon wishlist helps me to get cards and stuff, right? Or books, and all of that I share. So shit, I'm so sorry. We're going to do a card before I leave. I'm going to do like a little affirmation before I leave. Yeah, I know. Encore. Just kidding, y'all. I'm not gone. I can't leave. So we're going to do that. But yeah, thank you so much. I really do appreciate appreciate you, and I do mean that. Y'all, I'm just waking up, so forgive me. I can't even communicate apparently, but yeah. So let's see what comes up. What do we need to focus on today to help us have like an uplifting day? What can we focus on today to just, make us feel really good? Ooh, hello. This is what we can use. I like that. This says, I rejoice in my employment. I rejoice in my employment. Affirm. I rejoice in my employment. And this also says, there are people looking for exactly what I have to offer, and we are being brought together and on the checkboard of life. I rejoice in my employment, and there are people looking for exactly what I have to offer, and we are being brought together on the checkboard of life. So, something to affirm, there are people looking for exactly what I have to offer. And so never feel outcast, never feel alone, never feel like, oh, no one wants you. We all have specific skill sets and beauty to offer this world. And there are people looking for that. There are people who need that. And we might not have that right now, but we will. There are people who are looking for what we have to offer in life. And, we are being brought together. So everything we do, everything we focus on. So holding space for that, understanding, like, you know what, there are people looking for me. I know this. As I work through life, as I navigate life, as I focus on that, right, I realize I am perfecting my situation, mind, body, and soul, to set myself up for success. And when I go through these programmings, when I work through these situations and challenges, I am getting there. And I know that as I am doing this, the people who are searching for me, right, they are also doing the things to put them in my space. And so we are working together in a sense to find each other. So there are people looking for exactly what I have to offer, and we are being brought together on the checkboard of life. I rejoice in my employment. So that's exciting. And it makes me think of us, what I have going on here, this community that I am weeding out. But I realize that I do have a lot to offer, and I love offering it. I have a very specific type of energy, and I care and I love and I share that, and I'm very passionate, and not everyone is going to like that. Not everyone is going to vibe with that, and that's absolutely okay. But the more that I do this, the more that I learn how to communicate, the better that I get, the more that I work on myself, the more people will find that. They will see that I will make myself known. I'm here, right? I'm here. And the more that I do that, the people that are looking for that, the people who are looking for me, they will find me. And I think that's important for all of us to be mindful of. So yeah, I rejoice in my employment, right? So affirm that, embrace that. We are sought out. We are blessed and we are loved. And as we focus on just being more of who we are, people will find us. We will find those connections again. And so just be mindful of that, and love yourself. Love who you are at all stages, because someone needs that. Before I go, example, if you have been with me since the beginning, you've seen my journey. So in the beginning stages, I've always been passionate. I've always had care and love. I've not always been able to express it the way that I can now. But I was rather cunty. I was rather entertaining, but harsh. And I needed to be at that time. I was learning about myself, but I needed to be because again, I attracted certain people who needed that energy, whether it was for entertainment purposes or whether it was for them to feel seen for their feelings or whether it was for them to be acknowledged or to be like, you know what? Yes, I need to find my strength too. All of that. You hear that? That was necessary. So I don't regret anything. I appreciate the story, but I'm different now, right? I'm different in a different space and I can perfect myself. And so I'm attracting that as well. So just a little example, I rejoice in my employment. And there are people looking for exactly what I have to offer, and we are being brought together on the checkboard of life. So appreciate your stages, appreciate everywhere you are in life. If you don't like it, then focus on what you can do to shift and change. But love where you are, no matter what, and know that you can find a better space, and know that other people are searching for that too. So, yeah. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I am so excited to finish the week, right? So I'll be back. I'll be back later this evening or afternoon with another video. Blessed be.